again the Jgirls and Mommy J. We have
Little J.
and we have
Big J.
So we are on the normal broadcast RWJ Couch Chat, and we have another special guest for you today. This is a very palatable guest. Anyway, I'm sweetening my tongue. And we will see you shortly as we introduce our guest to you. We are back, and like I said, it's our Saturday broadcast, our Couch Chat, and on this episode we are continuing a discussion on our house rules. And today we have a special guest who is going to tell us more about herself and the house rules around her. And so we'll bring on board our special guest while she introduces herself. Hi. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, to be part of your broadcast. It's nice, it's sunny, and my name is Bridget Onotu. It's lovely to be invited to speak today.
Hi, Bridget. So on our program, we usually use Auntie Bridget. We are trying to keep up the culture you get. So we have Auntie Bridget today on our show. And so, girls, we have a lot to chat about, right? Yeah. So our program is getting to know you, and we are hoping that we'll know more about you, and as we interact with everything and culturally and how our upbringing has been, it will help us to bridge the gap between us and our children, which we are raising up in Scotland and the rest of the diaspora. So I think the question is going to come shortly, and so our first question is going to be by Little J. So can you ask Auntie?
Tell us about yourself, like anything you want.
Tell us about yourself, anything you want.
Thank you. Right. So like I said, my name is Bridget. I am the fourth of 5 children. So I've got 4 siblings, and it's quite funny. So I've got an older brother, an older sister, an older brother, then me, and then a younger brother. So the girls are kind of in between.
Oh.
I was born in a quite a sunny town where they speak a specific language called Hausa. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but very popular in Nigeria, I think. What about me? I'm married. I got 2 adorable children. I'm a project manager, work within finance. Hobbies, I've been told I'm a very active person, so I like running, cycling, exercising, and I just love enjoying life, really. So if you have any birthday parties, please invite me there on the dance floor.
Oh no, it's too late.
They said, "Oh no, it's too late. Next year." So you have a number. You just be on fast down. Auntie Bridget, time for my birthday. All right.
Dates.
So you were born in the north of Nigeria, right? And because I would say it's spoken in the north. Which state were you born?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State. Oh, I have a very lovely friend from Kaduna. Yeah, maybe I will introduce both of you. Anyway. Okay.
And it's a beautiful city as well. I wonder, have any of you heard of Queen Amina?
Yes, we did it on her heroes. It's one of the heroes we spoke about in African Heroes. So
the primary school I went to was right next to Queen Amina's palace. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's nice. That's nice. No, if it was here, it would have been like you schooled beside a tourist center. Oh, ma, if you're speaking there.
It was quite the tourist center. It has a statue of Queen Amina on a horse right in front of it as well. And yeah, it's still pretty popular. So,
so that's nice. Any other question you want to ask Auntie?
What's your favorite food?
What's your favorite food?
Listen, me, I love it, so that's a trick question.
That's janky.
But if I must pick one to save my life, I think you have to be yam in every variety.
Yeah, I love yam.
Porridge.
Mom did like yam.
That's my last option.
Yam like me.
Yeah, I
Jade likes yam, but you know.
No, I have So for you to eat the fried ones, I don't like the fried ones.
Because you don't like the fried one. But you know what? I can eat it as my last option, because it's quite heavy for me. I like things that I can easily eat. That's why I said, oh, that's good. Nice to know.
What it is about yam, but any day, literally, even when I'm sick and I've lost my appetite, yam is an exception.
Wow. What about potato as a variant?
Not as much. Not as
Wow.
much. Yam, though. But I don't know. I think God just created that particular food different.
For you. Okay. All right. So you've told us what to do in your pasta. Any other thing? Nah.
Oh, what's your least favorite food?
What's your least favorite food?
Hey, I think it would probably be, and this is controversial by the way, but it would probably be egusi soup. So,
Oh yeah, I don't like egusi soup. I don't like we have that as mutual. Oh, egusi is the last option.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this is for me because I like this aspect. What type of movies do you like watching?
Oh no.
Ooh, don't get me started. See, I think I like to chill with movies, and myself and Netflix have been very close lately. I'm a series type of person because I don't have the patience to go through all of them.
Yeah.
But there's just certain series that I watched till the end, and one of them was Greenhouse. I don't know if you saw Greenhouse when it was on.
Oh yeah, I like Greenhouse. I like Greenhouse. Oh yeah.
I'm also a girly girl, so you find me enjoying a very meaningless rom-com. So just one of
Yeah.
because
I think where I find myself is maybe I'll just hide under Hallmark when I'm in that girly mood.
exactly, there's plenty to feed you.
Yeah, they're crazy. Oh my God. And I think for me, I also like a lot of detective and mystery kind of movies.
Actually, NCIS was one of my very favorite ones, and then the Special Victims Unit. I was another. Okay, so I lie when I say I don't. Okay, I don't like series, but I like some episodes. So when I was much younger, I loved medical episodes. So I don't know if you ever came across House. Did you watch House, the medical episode where they were? Yeah. So those sort of series really get my attention. These days, I have to say, I don't think I'm.
All right, so we've talked about you, and thank you so much for telling us about you. And I think the next question we have is:
What are the house rules you grew up with?
what are the house rules you grew up with?
Alright, okay, this is taking me back. Literally, every adult in the house is as good as your parents. So you need to be respectful. You need to always have your manners around you. So your please and thank yous were mandatory. And in our own case, you're either genuflecting or you're bowing or kneeling on the floor to show your respects to grown-ups. And depending on which grown-up you're speaking to, there are different ways that you need to greet them. As you probably all know, Nigeria has tons of languages, so chances are some people prefer that you say hello to them in their language to show how respectful you are. So our parents were very strict on making sure that we did not drop the ball on our manners, and they gave everybody the right to pull us right, basically, if we don't. So there is no opportunity for you to go, oh, my mom is not here, I'm not going to say my please or thank you, I'm not going to respectfully say hello or behave myself in front of an adult. You will be put straight. So yeah, that was one very major rule. Another one, which was one of my favorite, was Sunday. Sundays we have rice for lunch and pounded yam for dinner because
Oh yeah, that's where yam came from.
I guess. Yeah, it was like we played outside. We had cousins and friends around. So yeah, I just remember every Sunday that was the rule. It didn't matter. It's not negotiable. Rice for lunch, pounded yam for dinner. Period. Then what else? Another thing that always used to happen was devotion. So we grew up with my parents were Catholics. So my dad used to take us to church very early in the morning, 6 a.m. for early morning mass. before we went to school every day. And at night, we gathered as a family to have devotion, so go through the rosary and stuff. So basically, we all had to pray, tired or not. But that was one thing that was very prevalent in our family. And I guess one thing that I maybe have taken with me, what else? Gosh, studying. Studying was a key one in the family. My parents were those typical parents that if you came third, they'll be like, what happened to first and second? How many heads?
Are you sleeping? You have more than one head.
And so, exactly, what's wrong with you? But to be fair, they also tried to provide support, so we had lesson teachers and stuff who were scary, I have to say. Personally, I think that the approach that my parents took when it comes to studying was a little bit extreme, and I tend to try and do it slightly differently. But yeah, that was something that was very important to my parents. The education, the academic, the studying and doing well. And then I remember, so kind of in that whole studying, I remember my parents used to take us every fortnight to the National Library. I had no idea what I was doing there because I was very young, but then I kind of grew into it, and then I thoroughly enjoyed going there by myself when I became a teenager, which was really interesting. But yeah, what else? Tidying up our house, tidying up everywhere, and it was daunting. Because I'm sure, John, if you think about your typical Nigerian house, when you start mopping one hallway, it's so long that you probably spend a whole hour just on the floor scrubbing the hallway before you go into the bedrooms and stuff. So my mom was pretty strict with making sure that our rooms were tidy, the whole everywhere was tidy. But yeah, that I have very clear memories of.
Do you remember sanitation?
I was talking about environmental sanitation with a friend this morning because we were talking about cleaning and growing up, and then I was like, do you remember environmental sanitation? You scrub the stones, you wash the walls outside. It was
But I just want to explain the concept to the girls. Environmental sanitation is what you do every first or last Saturday of the month. So the whole country or the whole state, everybody, nobody goes out. If you go out, you'll be arrested by the police.
Like lockdown.
Like lockdown. Everybody cleans their house on one Saturday morning. I think it was from 7 to 10 or thereabout. It was one early morning time. And that morning, everybody in the house is cleaning. That is the most cleanest part of the month.
What happens if you don't?
You have to stay in the house and watch your TV if you're not ready to clean. But parents won't allow their children to sit down. They have to clean, because if you go out, you'll be arrested. So you have to clear. And that is where markets are actually.
Yeah, exactly. But there's also a community bit to it, because not only will people clean their houses, their cars, they tend to then come out as a group and clean the streets as well. So
that's gutters. It's in the gutter.
Oh, exactly. So for once, I mean, Nigeria, we all know that we're popular for dumping refuse. For once, everywhere looks really clean, even if it's for just that week. And everybody comes together, and everybody's just chatting and cleaning, actively cleaning together. So that was also a sense of community that I quite enjoyed.
I don't like going out anymore, so I'd like to have that time to clean.
She said she doesn't like going out.
Cleaning. You would like to be arrested.
She said she doesn't like staying. She doesn't like going out, so she would have loved that time to be cleaning. Yeah, let's create environmental sanitation in Scotland. so they can go out. Don't worry. In Scotland, we pay for them to go and do the cleaning.
Enough.
In the house, she needs to go outside and do her cleaning. But you know what you just said? That
this way.
You know what you just said that is really significant is the community spirit that developed because of that, which is missing here, and it is not here at all. And because of that sanitation, you can see neighbors chatting, neighbors talking, and yet the cleaning is going on. It's the community spirit that is missing, and that is one of the things our children are actually missing, which we could bring, but we can't bring with us here.
What? Well, I think yes, you're right. Maybe we can't bring we can't bring sanitation with us, but I'm sure there are different avenues that we can still create that community spirit that we sort of enjoyed growing up for our kids. And it could be anything. It could be, I don't know, organizing bike rides, I don't know, picnics, something that they enjoy. But there are other avenues that I think that we might be able to explore, that the children will be able to enjoy, that probably isn't quite environmental sensitive. Because it wasn't all fun. Probably dead. It wasn't all fun.
It wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't.
Bringing the curtains down for you to wash.
Curtains, bedsheet, curtains, bedsheets. You have to wash all the. I'm not washing machine. It's your hand. So, all right. All right.
Rub them clean. You just see lines of clothes outside drying.
It just gives me a lot of memories now. Thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed that chat. And so for me now that you have tried to reconcile those memories we've juggled up in your brain, and we've brought up all the memories again, scary, nice, beautiful. How have they influenced you as an adult?
Guess what? It's a bit difficult to let go of something that has been instilled in you over the years. I think I may have alluded to the fact that from, I guess, my upbringing and the rules that were made by my parents. One of it is, don't take life too seriously, enjoy life. The second one is remember to pray every day, to, just put it all at his throne of grace, because I think I learned very quickly that, it's God's, it's only God's grace, by God's grace that, we can be who he has destined us to be. However, those are kind of some of the good ones. I guess I sort of alluded earlier that I thought the approach that my parents took with studying was a little bit extreme. So I almost catch myself sometimes repeating the same way I was taught, as in the lack of patience, shall I say, in the way that either my parents or lesson teachers or teachers, basically the way that learning was done during my time, which was quite intimidating. So I'm unlearning that and taking a different approach, still making sure that it's effective. And the whole point is to support our children, to make sure that they learn and they enjoy learning, as opposed to learn because they're afraid of failing, and that was really what it was like for me. I was too scared to fail, because then how will I face my parents and answer the question of how many kids? And I'm sure your mom probably can.
My dad was a terror when it comes to, particularly at a point, my dad locks us in a study room to study. He would lock us in a study room, give us a novel. You have to read the novel. And it was so like, oh my God, I hated reading because of it. Because you were not raised up the way you raised me up. That's why you like reading.
and that's exactly right. The thing though is, I guess some parts of it worked, some part of it left some of us dysfunctional, because I don't know if you share this with your kids, but there were like 3 professions that parents wanted their kids to have, whether they are going to be doctors, lawyers, or
engineer. Oh, yours was accountant. Mine was engineer.
Yes. Oh, there you go then. So any other passion you had was not one to talk about. You can keep that for whenever, but you do what your parents want you to do. And I guess I'm learning to do differently is to work with my child, see what they're passionate about, what they love, pay attention to what they're saying, and make sure that it's a two-way conversation, and ultimately ensure that the child enjoys the process of learning so that they can carry it with them. So that's one of the, I guess, the one things that I'm definitely dropping from my upbringing. And most of it I am grateful for, to be honest. Our parents really taught us good morals, and not only being kind to other people, but being aware and being street smart. Know when to run. If you see the wrong person walking towards you, know how to protect yourself and your siblings. you know. And just generally speaking, if you're in a not so safe environment, be very alert and be aware and be cautious of how to. So things like this, I still find very, very, very useful. You know, applying wisdom in things that you do. Be cautious of people's feelings when you speak to them. You know, be kind. And I guess I sort of try and remind my children, be kind, kind. You could never be too kind. And, you know, while sometimes it may not seem like the smartest thing to do, it definitely is the best thing to do. It just de-escalates things. Or pick the option to be kind, really. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think a question I have in addition to that is, you said you were a project manager. So how did the house you grew up in, how has that influenced the kind of job you ended up doing?
Basically, why am I not a doctor, right?
Exactly. Something like that.
Oh boy. Right. I weirdly enough, I did start out attempting to become a doctor, but didn't quite follow through with it. I ended up doing something, I guess, close enough, but I enjoyed, which was molecular medical microbiology. So I was I spent most of my time in the lab when I was in the state, and sort of the lab and hospitals, which were great. But I was also working as a university student, shall I say, and I was working within utility and basically kind of stumbled and fell into project management. But I enjoyed sort of, you know, pulling together I guess a process, looking after I guess an idea and bringing it to light, with knowing that it's going to be visual at the end to maybe change things, the way things are done, and improve things. I guess you could say that part of my growing up, and you know, our parents just throwing ideas at us and you know, allowing us to basically figure it out, helped me to be doing what I'm doing now and to enjoy it. Either that, or maybe I kind of tried to follow what my parents wanted me to follow, but ended up finding something that I enjoy doing, and I'm doing it. I'm not sure. It's a mix of many things, I guess.
It could be.
Is I am where God wants me to be.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that. I think we'll just move on quickly to the next question. BTJ?
What rules do you use at home?
So currently we're seeing the divide, and we've had a pictorial image of where you're coming from. So what rules do you use in your current home now with your kids?
Wow, okay, I almost feel like I want to call them to come and go through this with you, but I would I guess one of the key ones one of the key ones you hear is, and they do have a chat on their wardrobe door for the rule that they need to follow each day, and it's literally from the wake up, you say good morning, say your prayer, how you get ready for school, and it kind of follows that chat. You get home, you know, put your shoes in the shoe box, put your jacket in a pair, get changed, make sure your room is tidy. It's a long list of rules, but one that is very important. Remember, take your dishes back to the kitchen after eating, and always remember your manners, your please and thank you. So it makes me sound like my mom. But I guess I take it that with me, and like I said earlier, continuing to remind the kids to be kind, because I guess the world that we live in now, it's very important for us to instill in our kids the importance of being kind to each other, of protecting each other. So they are my two are each other's best friends. They have the responsibility to look out for each other wherever they are, and also to be a good example for themselves and for others to follow wherever possible. So yeah, the rules are plenty, but I guess in summary is reminding them to be kind and to be responsible, respect, and enjoy them, their own person.
Yeah, one of the things you mentioned just now is one of the drum bells that I keep telling both of them, that you guys should be your best friends, because the society we live now, we need to teach our children to understand the context of unity between them before they'll be able to do that, kind of express that unity outside and express that, you know, that connection outside. They have to first of all do it, but we keep reminding them, like you said. So it's an ongoing process of reminding reminding them over and over again. So guys, we keep reminding you over and over again.
And can I add that it's normal for them to have disagreements. That shows that they are also individuals. So I don't mind them having disagreements. I just want them to be able to disagree peacefully where possible, or disagree respectfully where possible. So I'm more than happy for them to agree on things when they don't. But you know, as far as happy.
Is there anything like peaceful disagreement?
Actually, I think that people can disagree without fighting each other or shouting at each other. It's the approach, is how you express, I guess. I think that's usually what the trigger is. Kind of disagreement is less about the fact that you don't agree, is how you express
disagree.
That's where your frustration takes over your reasoning, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so little G and big J. Auntie Bridget is teaching us a new concept. Concept is peaceful disagreement. So both of you are two different personalities. Both of you can bite like dogs, but can we change the biting into peaceful kissing but disagreeing? So kids at home, this is a new concept that we are introducing. It's called peaceful disagreement, and it's all about how you express yourself when you disagree with each other, because you can express yourself and then you guys start shouting and screaming and leave me alone. Or you can
like those times when it's just like haha, this, and then Yavin's like and then we start fighting
and you start disagreeing. So now you have to learn to express yourself. You have to learn to express yourself. Tell her your point of view you don't like. She tells you the point of view you don't like, respectfully. You understand? You don't have to, okay, if she doesn't agree about your point, you don't have to go and say, no. She's an individual. She has a right for her own view. You are an individual. You have your own point of view you need to protect too. Thanks so much for that. Let me just quickly go into the next question. Are you taking it or I'm taking it? Oh yeah, next question.
What inspires you to keep going?
What inspires you to keep going as a mother, as a wife, as a worker? What inspires?
I think, to be honest, my aspirations, like the things that I hope, things that I want to achieve. I guess in lay terms, my little goals. Those are usually my drivers. I guess now my children and the aspirations that I have for the future. Those are my drivers. For myself, I've got things that I'm hoping for and things on my list of aspirations. Those are really the things that I guess that keep me grinding, like they say. So yeah, I guess it's important to list. God has created us as innovative human beings. We always have dreams, things that we want to achieve. We have people that we look up to, that we aspire to be like. And those are the things that we then as individuals attempt to work towards. And I guess for me, those are the sort of things that keep me going.
Good, short and sweet. Anything. All right, so I'll just take a summary. Your inspiration, what you want to achieve, the people you look up to, your children, and what you inspire them to be. And these are the things that keeps you going in life. Really interesting. Based on your inspiration and the people you inspire to be like, I guess one or two of them will be your heroes. So tell us about your heroes.
Just one more.
Oh, you're right. I almost want to get that what I'm going to say, a lot of people have said already. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. So I guess one of the people that I definitely look up to, who has been significantly exemplary in my life is, so yeah, definitely my mom. She's been a good example, look up to. I'm very blessed to have her model what life should be like. That my mom it definitely is my hero. I don't know very many people that are like her. She's taught me to work hard and put a smile on my face while I'm at it. She's taught me kindness. She's taught me empathy. She's taught me that regardless of what I'm going through, to always remember to be kind to people around. I guess I grew up with lots of relatives Some were direct cousins, some weren't, and that's just because of her benevolence. She will take people in and just support them, and I've learned that too. My mom also has taught me gratitude. She likes to celebrate the smallest things, so she'll throw a party for any small reason, and I guess I've taken that from her. I like to celebrate as well, because like she used to say, if you're not giving thanks, then you're complaining. So I guess we'd rather be giving thanks than complaining, and life is so much brighter when you are celebrating. So yeah, definitely my mother would stand out when it comes to heroes. I guess my children as well, because of how inspirational they have made me and the things that they've taught me, and just watching them grow as individuals, definitely for me gives me a new lease of life, gives me something to look forward to, something to get excited for. So yeah, I guess for now those two group of people are heroes.
Fortunately for us, there is no one on the program that have mentioned their kids as their heroes, so you are one of a kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Maybe I'll think. Should I think of you, hero? All right, so what advice do you have for the kids?
Listen, I almost want to say growing up is a scam, but I won't say it. Point being, enjoy being exactly who you are, where you are right now. Smile more, complain less, be grateful for all that you have right now. Challenge where if you see each other frowning, remind them to turn that frown upside down. The best times of your life.
Can you see the beautiful smile she has? We usually force her to smile. Why are you frowning, for goodness sake? You have the weight of the world on your shoulder. I don't understand. Just smile. I'm very good. It is very cheap. It's not expensive. It's free of charge. Smile.
I know. And your mom, by the way, is the happiest people I know. She's always smiling. I think she cracked that code sooner than a lot of us. It's so important. As children, enjoy being a child. I know when I was a child, I genuinely was looking forward to being like my older cousins or my aunties. I wish I didn't, quite frankly. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to look up to people. But don't forget that as children, you're exactly where God wants you to be. So don't miss out on being a child. Enjoy it. Honestly, just be silly if you need to be, obviously within reason. Don't drive your parents crazy. But you know, be a child and enjoy being a child. Enjoy having a parent that is looking after you, protecting you, praying for you, providing your needs. You know, enjoy all of that, because God has blessed you as the child that you are to become what He has destined you to be. So enjoy every moment. That's my advice. Enjoy being a child. Some of us grown up children again.
I want to go back. I can't go back.
And then
you know,
Not anymore.
I don't want to do adult again. I want to go back to being a child. I don't. I think they don't understand the concept of being an adult, to be responsible for another human being. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, you know. Thank you for reminding Jamie that it's very important to laugh. At least I'm taking that away from today, and I'll be reminding her every day when she wakes up and I get that face. I'll just say, Auntie Bridget says, smile. It's not expensive. Just smile. Sabiko, I beg you. You can be having the baddest of days. Yes, what Annie? They love Annie. Yeah.
Remember the song that she said that you're never fully dressed without your smile.
Exactly. And you know, one of the things is, no matter how bad your day is, you can still. Because sometimes when I'm having the most terrible days and somebody knocks at my door, the first thing I still do is a smile. Because that, first of all, takes away that pressure of whatever you're going through away from you. On this note, I want to say, Bridget, I had a very lovely time discussing with you today. Most of the things you said are actually different from what we've read every week, and I'm really grateful for that. And so on this note, we want to, you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, I guess, thank you for having me. It was so much fun, lots of laughter, and definitely taking me back memory lane. So yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys, and keep doing what you're doing. Beautiful.
Thank you. On this note, we want to say thank you for Auntie Bridget. Girls, can you say thank you?
Thank you, Auntie.
And so I want to say thank you. And everybody at home, I hope we learned 1 or 2 tips about the connections of where we came from and raising up our kids in Scotland. And so next time, we are hoping to bring another lovely guest. And until next week, Saturday, we want to say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.